Thank you, James. Well, I'm going to say both girls worked hard, and it was a really good match up until this point. And the reason why I want to point this out specifically to Dakota Kai is because, number one, Road Dogg is super high on her, and she's getting a push. She's worked hard. She's overcome injuries. I think she's still probably feeling the effects of that concussion that she suffered, but she's working through it, and she is improving. But there's some points with this where she still has the NXT style of work to her and not fully in WWE, and it's not forgivable at this point, and it should be coached in a way to improve. That's not this spot that I'm talking about, but I'm saying she has something called Hot Wheels feet that a lot of people seem to have. Like, I'm going to whip you there, and then I'm going to kind of run backwards and run in a circle and come back. And I've done it early in my career and probably sometimes late in my career, and where you take the lap around to run back to the corner. You know, these little tropes of wrestling. This one went wrong segment has to do with something that's completely contrived. This move is completely wrong, and it probably hurt Ivy Nile, and she totally made it look like nothing because she picked her right back up and hit her with the finish after this move, which was essentially real. So I'm going to just play the spot, then I'm going to go into the finish after this. Sets her up. I'm going to stop right here. Now, what does this tell you right here? Does that not look assisted?
Yes.
Okay, so number one right there, it's fake. You put her in a position, she's through the ropes, like Randy Orton would do something like this to do the DDT. But she throws her down, and Ivy Nile's doing a pike push-up here and waiting as she's hooking her. She's doing all the work. So it's phony and fake right away. Then she's waiting. Boom. Do you see that?
Play it through without the the dragging through, so I didn't really get that.
I want to go right from here. Right from the beginning. Push up, hooks, jumps, spikes her right on top of the head, for real. Did you see that? Mm-hmm. They cut the camera. I'm going to go in slow motion. Steps right on the back of her head and puts the top of her head to where she's doing that push-up. She can't protect herself, kind of like you can with a DDT or any of this other stuff. So basically, she goes straight down onto her head, and also she's waiting for it. Boom, right there. Now, afterwards, what does she do? Like, that's a devastating move that should really hurt her. Does she cover? No. She literally just picks her right back up. And I think the referee knows. Look at the referee right in there, checking on her, looking at her, saying, "Are you okay?" And I don't even know if she's answering because the referee's grabbing her hand to see if she's going to squeeze.
Yes. I was going to say, just to explain to people what the referee's doing there, she's asking, "If you're okay, squeeze my hand." Is that about right?
Yeah, which you don't do if it's a work move. You'll check. But this is like, or I don't know if she's still holding her. Look, she's talking. I don't think she has any she's still holding her hand. So is this girl out on her feet? But Dakota Kai has to get her stuff in and get the finish done rather than just covering. She's still, you know what I mean? I think she's out on her feet because she's kind of half dead weight here.
So, I hate to say, that's a better version of the GTS than Punk's.
Well, it's the version like Ruby Riott did it with the or who else does it? Mia Yim does it underneath the jaw. So it's like a Pele kick, not a GTS.
I rewatched this entire match and just before we went on air, and I was just like, it's so indicative of so many matches these days where there was just absolutely no music between the notes. So it's like the breath between the music or whatever you call it, or the space between the notes. It was just
There was
move
no
to
why
move
to
to move to
anything
move to
in the
move to move
match.
to move. And what really got me was that Ivanal was working the knee and then went straight to an ankle lock to work the knee. I was like,
It's everybody's got to get their stuff in. There's no why to what you're watching at all. There's no story, and also there's no time to breathe. When I said it was a good match, fundamentally it was a good match. It just didn't make any sense, and it was forgettable. And the only reason I remember this is because, number one, that's what we do. We watch this stuff, we break it down, we analyze it. This is everything that's wrong with modern wrestling as far as trying to reinvent the wheel. Wouldn't it be cool? You know what no one's ever done before? You know what I haven't seen yet? Well, there's a reason why. This right here, playing again. Bam, right down on her. There's the shot right there, James. Look. Look at her head as I bring it up. That's her head going straight down and also laterally to the side, which could mean you could get a stinger, a pinched nerve in your neck, in your trap, in your shoulder. What? I mean, why? And this isn't, I don't blame Dakota Kai. You know why?